Shaking folks, back with another reaction, back with some more Erasure. And we're jumping back for another bonus tune, but this time going back to another bonus track for the 1995 album, self-titled. Once again, big shout out to Herman for sharing the bonus tunes, and also happy birthday to Herman, who has a birthday today, and there's a couple videos in relation to that that are coming as well. So big shout out to you. And the track we're going to listen to, I'm going through them in no particular order, and I did have a question. The Fingers and Thumbs track that's included in the list of bonus tunes that were sent to me, it looks to have the same name. Now I noticed it has a shorter runtime than the one I've already reacted to, so I assume it's like a single edit or maybe just a 7-inch mix or a shortened version. Either way, I was originally going to react to that, but then I was uncertain of what to call it, so Herman or anyone else, do let me know what that version is called, because like the file, it seems to just be called the same as the album version. But like I said, I know it's different because it's a 2-minute different runtime. It's like 4 something, whereas the album version was like 6.5, so... In any case, we're going to listen to Chertsy, and what's the second part of it? Chertsy Endlos. I assume that's how it's pronounced. If it's a place name, I suppose I wouldn't be that surprised, but if it's not, I have no idea what to make of it. Either way, it's the type of phrase that once you hear it or see it, surely you won't forget, so let's find out. This is Erasure, Chertsy Endlos. A bonus tune, perhaps a B-side, and indeed sometimes there is information in the metadata, so let me just check to see if that's the case. So this comes from the Erasure double CD deluxe, what does it say, like hardback? I'm not sure what it says here, and it's not letting me stretch it to see more, so I apologize, I can't read the rest of that. But it's from 2022, is this like special deluxe release, so once again, big shout out to Vince and Andy. Here we go. This is Erasure, Chertsy Endlos, a bonus tune related to the 1995 self-titled album. Look at making sure we're not redlining in the low end. That buoyant electric bass line is very Vince. Beginning to wonder if we will hear Andy at all. That bouncy melody, it's like a computer xylophone. I don't think we're going to hear Andy. Oh, I love it. I do wonder if that's a 303, that bubbly bass line. They're messing with me. You know my heart, it must be true. You never lie the way I do. Sort of like light bossa nova feel. And then back to the euphoric, floaty down tempo. Well, my bad, Andy. I mean, you did come in like 3 minutes into the song. That very analog computer noise. And then that. There's like these little melodic quivers. Crazy. Like compositionally, it's crazy in that you really, was wearing a Halloween costume of an instrumental track, and then only, right at the stroke of midnight or something was like, hey, I'm actually attuned with some vocals. So yeah, interesting. Now the vocals were extremely limited. It was like one stanza, it sounded like, and just the idea that, the narrator, Andy's heart is with this other person, and he knows it's true because this other person doesn't lie like he lies, perhaps, if I'm reading the sequence of lines correctly. So yeah, whatever Chertsy Endlos means, again, maybe it's a place name, maybe it's an actual name for someone, be it a real name or a nickname. But yeah, whatever the meaning of the phrase, it does sound like it's about emotional infatuation, if not actual love. So either way, it seems like emotionally it's very much in the typical lane of a lot of Erasure tracks, although without maybe the multiple sides to it, where it's like, oh, but it's not on currently, or there's problems with it, where it seems like there's often a complicated story. This just seems straight up devotional, just the idea of I'm so into this and I know it must be real because, again, apparently the other person said something or is indicating in some way that, but also it's like psychological for them, right? Like if your heart belongs to someone, then like that's about the way you're feeling, not so much how they're feeling or even behaving. Although again, the way they're behaving could very much be directly linked to how you're feeling. So these are complicated matters. I take it all back. It's a complicated song. But yeah, ultimately I did enjoy it, and it's one where I feel no closer to understanding the phrase, but I'm not surprised to learn that emotionally it's in the wheelhouse of Erasure. So shout out to Vince in particular on this one. Like I said, the down-tempo sections, they had that slow trance feel, which is a lot of the flavor and substance of some of my ambient excursions, is that down-tempo ambient. I mean, there's some true ambient in there, and obviously there's some like acid-heavy tracks, but by and large, that emotional, plodding, down-tempo type of rhythm is very much what I like to do in those On-Beat Excursion mixes. So again, this might end up finding its way into one of those sets. We'll have to see. Again, sometimes like major label tracks might lead to a mix being blocked more clearly. I remember I did an 80s mix. I'm thinking of it now, and in the moment, oh, that's right, it was A Question of Time, and it was saying that, like, oh, you used a remix of A Question of Lust, and it's like, no, I used a remix of A Question of Time, which is a very different track, even if the, like, phrasing of the title is similar. But I ended up having to, like, mute that part of the mix, so the mix couldn't be posted at all. So we'll have to see, but again, it's very much in that vein, so it would certainly work in an ambient excursion. So yeah, cool, more experimental tune, which for a B-side or a bonus track you would more expect, and yet this already comes from an album where they seem to be making more expansive and experimental tunes, and less tidy, concise, pop-friendly type of tunes. So either way, it feels very much an outgrowth of the album itself, and then even then it did feel a bit experimental in that context. So as I said, shout out to Vince in particular. As I said before, my throat just like, no, bro, you're about to die. In any case, do let me know what you think. Happy birthday once again to Herman. I will see you next time. Peace.